Battlefield 5 is a game that can look simply breathtaking, and part of that is due to the support of RTX, real-time ray tracing. I'd like to thank NVIDIA for sponsoring this video and sending me a 2080 Ti video card that can enable real-time ray tracing in Battlefield 5 for simply some of the best visuals you will see in any multiplayer shooter, period. I've turned up the graphics to ultra settings, and we've turned RTX on for, simply put, the best visual experience you will get not only in Battlefield 5, but any tank or shooter game available. This is hands down the best looking multiplayer experience you can have. Now, for those of you who don't understand what RTX is, it stands for real-time ray tracing. It's available on the new RTX NVIDIA cards, and it's a better way of simulating accurate or photorealistic lighting. It gives you incredibly accurate reflection details. This has been available in Battlefield 5 for a little while now, but a recent patch just bumped the performance 50%. So now the game is very playable in multiplayer, especially from a tanking standpoint. Now, I am driving the Tiger tank here, one of the most iconic tanks from World War II. Over 1,300 of them were produced by the Germans, and they had some of the thickest armor and most powerful guns on the battlefield. Previously, I wasn't enjoying the Tiger tank as much in Battlefield 5 because many of the maps were smaller, a bit more choke pointed, and didn't let the Tiger tank breathe. It didn't let it get out on some big open fields and just tear apart other tanks at a range. Finally though, with Panzerstorm, the Tiger tank comes to life. And you might notice that my Tiger tank looks a little bit different from a standard Tiger tank. That's because I completed the Last Tiger single player mission along with all of the assignments associated with that, which unlock the Last Tiger tank skin and just makes me look that much cooler. It probably allows me to blend in a little bit with the environment on this map as well. After testing out a few maxed out Tiger tank builds, I ultimately settled on this one that gives me some really good ranged options and allows me to survive a little bit in close quarters. Zimmerit prevents things from sticking to my tanks like sticky grenades or dynamite. Then we have the faster turn speed for the turret, reinforced turret ring allowing me to get my turret disabled less frequently, and last but not least is the armor piercing round, which is not only good for fighting armor at a distance, doing more damage per shot, but also it gives you an extra 6 rounds on top of the 18 that you start with, so you've got some more ammunition in total. The Tiger tank doesn't carry too much into battle with it, so you'll have to stop off its supply points frequently, and this just means that you're not going to have to stop quite as frequently. In this clip, I'm absolutely hammering this Churchill with armor-piercing rounds at a very long distance, and what's cool about those armor-piercing rounds is they have less drop on them as well. So not only are you doing higher alpha damage if you don't get a glancing blow, but you don't have to compensate for drop so much. So it's a great sniping round. Here I've managed to spot one of those modified M3s with the field cannons on top. This thing was actually being very lethal this round, and I finally caught him at an extreme range, switched armor-piercing rounds, and absolutely obliterate him in 3 shots. Driver, gunner, and repairer all dead in one final blow. Now, the sight lines in Panzerstorm are insanely long, longer than any other map. Hamada's a pretty big map, but the sight lines in Hamada are not amazing unless maybe you're fighting over the canyon in the center of the map. Otherwise, a lot of the engagements you're going to get into are going to be relatively close range when it comes to tanks. Twisted Steel has got a lot of long flat areas, but there's tons of trees, so it usually obstructs your sight lines as well. This one has got those big open fields, and I can engage targets from those extreme ranges. Again, this is where the Tiger is going to excel because it's a big, slow, lumbering tank. It's a big target, so frankly, it's not that hard to hit. And it's not very fast, especially when backing up. This thing is super slow. If you get a track disable and you're trying to back out of a fight, just forget about it. It's not happening. You gotta try and pop smoke and get behind something, or you just gotta try and kill the other guy before he kills you. You don't have a lot of retreat options in a Tiger tank, and that's what's good about having a very long distance open map is you're going to excel at those distances, and hopefully you can just engage targets at your maximum engagement distance and not have to worry about retreating from combat. The turret turn speed isn't particularly fast. Even after the turret turn speed upgrade, it can still be a bit challenging to use, and if infantry getting close to you, they can do circles around you. In fact, as you just saw right there, that Staghound was doing circles around another Tiger tank. I was able to kill the Staghound, but he killed the Tiger because the Tiger just couldn't turn fast enough and deal any damage. So you can literally run circles around a Tiger tank if you get close enough to it. That's why the range is so important, and to keep the range whenever possible. And depending on your experiences as a tank driver and playing this map, you may even want to consider swapping out your Zimmerit upgrade, which prevents the sticky weapons from sticking to your tank armor, for the forward-facing smoke launchers, because those can actually help you survive a tank battle that's not going your way. It puts up a big wall of smoke whatever direction you're pointing your turret, and then you can hopefully escape from there without taking too many follow-up shots. It's a bit of a gamble, and sometimes infantry are really good at sneaking in, and that Zimmerit can help you prevent from getting one-shotted by a guy who's putting a ton of dynamite on you and then hits you with a Panzerfaust or something like that. It can help you survive those situations, but otherwise, there's an argument to be made for some of those good forward-facing smoke launchers. Now here in the river, you'll see some of the RTX effects taking over. You can see the perfect reflections of the environment in the water. It's even sort of distorted from the ripples in the water, and it looks phenomenal. If you see the reflections on cars or metal near this tank, like this red shiny car, up close to me, you'll see even more environmental reflections as you focus on them. The lighting, again, is just phenomenal, and there's scenes in this that, if you turn off UI and stuff, just look absolutely stunning. So real. And of course, I gotta crush the red car because it was just sitting there looking all nice and beautiful, and I got a Tiger tank. I mean, that's what this thing is meant to do, right? Now, of course, you're gonna have to aid in capturing points with your Tiger tank, which will force you onto the point in more close quarter situations, which is where you usually take the most damage and put yourself in the most danger. So that's when you want to be aware. Make sure you have good gunners, good teammates that can either gun down incoming infantry or basically just pop out of your tank and repair, or shoot them as infantry players to help you stay alive a bit longer. Having a tank in Battlefield 5 is a lot of fun. If you got some good teammates to gun for you and repair for you, it can be even more fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed checking out some of these amazing RTX visuals, and I gotta say, playing on Ultra Graphics with RTX maxed out is really, really cool, especially on this map. Once again, I'd like to thank NVIDIA for hooking me up with the RTX 2080 Ti video card. If you want to experience real-time ray tracing for yourself, check out the description below and click the Buy Now link. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.